Hey guys, sorry I've been a little absent. I actually have been thinking of starting to do YouTube videos for a long time now, and the Lord's been calling me to do it, and I have just, been busy, distracted. There's that sickness that went around, and we just had some other health issues going on with me that the Lord is healing me from, and that really actually led me into wanting to starting to do these videos. So this first one I just kind of want to start out with is, I think we go through this life and we think that things have to be perfect for us to be obedient, or even that things have to be bearable to be obedient. And sometimes life just deals you blows, whether it's a health crisis, whether it's divorce, whether it's losing a loved one, or a loved one getting sick. We live in a fallen world, and there's so much hurt, going on in this world, and disagreements, with in the church and people's homes. It's truly a time that we have to draw near to God despite circumstances. And I think I just want to start off by saying the hardship is not the Lord's portion for you. Hardship is absolutely not the Lord's portion for you. Sickness, disease, all of those things, they're part of us living, and also with that, just the rest of the consequences of, living in a fallen world. I mean, that's it. We live in a fallen world, and the Lord wants us healed. He wants us healthy. I think a lot of times it is the Lord trying to build testimony in us, and the Lord wants to build a strong testimony in you. And how can you overcome? By the blood and the word of your testimony. And He is building a very strong testimony in so many people. He's building a strong testimony in me. And I think that you can't have a testimony without a test. And, Moses, he was tested so many times, and the Lord just showed up and showed out every single time. And I've said this before in a video, the Lord likes to stack the deck against Himself so that He gets all the glory when He delivers you out of that situation, or He heals you from that hurt, or He heals you from that sickness. He wants to get the glory. And He can't do that if you're not tested, if people don't look to you and relate themselves, or we come together and we're related by, testimony. And how are you going to have a testimony if you never go through a test? How are you going to have a testimony if you don't stand firm throughout? And I mean, over and over in the Bible, in Exodus 14, when God didn't remove the Red Sea, He didn't remove the Egyptians, He parted the waters, and the Israelites were able to walk through it. You've got Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and Daniel that just, they were put into the fire. God didn't remove the fire. He went in with them. And they weren't burned, and people came to know the Lord, in mighty, miraculous ways. And you really have to think about it. And anyone who has really made a huge difference in the world, and I mean, we can look at the principal example, Jesus. He went through trials and tests. People were sick and even people died, and he was able to heal them. And the Lord allowed that, so that they allowed, Lazarus to go into the tomb so that he could come back out. Jesus had to take the cross so he could get the crown. And so right now, if something is just, if a situation looks impossible, or if you don't know where to go, just get in the Word. It'll bless you. It'll bless you. It'll get you through. And get into worship and worship God through it, because worship activates everything. Sorry, my dog is sleeping and she just made a funny noise, so she totally interrupted what I was doing. But, worship will get you through it. Worship breaks chains, because you are praising a God in the middle of a situation that you're giving God the glory before you see it. And when you do that, it breaks chains. When you get into the Word and you feed on the Word and you're like, num, 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 and Satan's like, he gets so bothered because we're sitting there and we're being fed the Word and we're worshiping, and this trial that this trial that we've been going through, this test, that the Lord is allowing, we are succeeding through it. And he is just it's just the most irritating thing for him when he can't have his way, when he can't get us to keep taking a situation that we need to lay down at the foot of the cross, and we just keep picking it back up and holding it tight. Like, what can I do in my own strength? What can I do in my own strength to fix this? And he wants us to focus on how we can fix it and what we did wrong. And, am I being punished? No, Jesus died on the cross for that. You're not being punished for something. If there's something that you need to, if there's something you're not seeing breakthrough in, and you're in the Word and you're worshiping and you're spending time in prayer, there might be something that you are holding on to. A lot of people hold on to hurt, and they hold on to sickness, because they are just holding on to interior hurts, and it's causing anxiety and stress, and that is just the root of a lot of sicknesses. And it's all because you're doing something in your own strength. You're picking something back up that you needed to lay down, and you're not keeping your eyes on Jesus. You have your eyes buried in your circumstances. And it's so easy to say, but I can tell you that I have been going through some circumstances, and I can say that it has helped me. It has helped me. It will help me. You will see God do miraculous things. I have a testimony that he is building up, and even though every minute of every day I feel like I'm just, worshiping through it, and I am, just feeding on the Word, but the Lord is changing me for the better. He's changing me for the better inside, and he is going inside. And if you will just break down that wall that you've put up, and you allow the Lord to go in and shine his light on the places in your heart that need healed. And there may be some places where you're like, I've forgiven, I'm fine. I've forgiven that person. Whatever it is. Sometimes no, like you need the Lord's help. I believe, help my unbelief. Like, Lord, help me to forgive, the situations that I've been in. If you've had a very hard, like a lot of people have had a very hard life. I had a very hard life growing up. There was divorce, multiple divorces, and both of my parents divorced multiple times. I'm not saying that is their fault. That was just the situation and the circumstances that I saw. I saw a broken marriage. I saw my mother pass away from cancer. And I had to realize that I was holding on to a lot of that hurt, and I thought that, I was being deceived into thinking that the Lord had gone in, but I had put a barrier up so he couldn't go in and shine the light. And, just like we wonder all these things, why am I going through this? Well, one day you will stand there and you just imagine yourself standing there having an absolute testimony and just telling people about it and being healed from whatever your situation, from loss, from a loss of a job. The Lord will provide another one. He is always setting you up for success, even though it doesn't look like it. So just let Jesus go into the lion's den with you. Let Jesus go and let him go in there and shut the mouths of the lion so that people can come to Christ. Let Jesus go into the fire with you and you won't get burned. Let the Lord part the waters so that you can walk through it, and just take that step, whatever little step of obedience he's asking you to do. He always tells us that obedience is better than sacrifice. And so, you can sacrifice time, you can be in prayer, and those are all wonderful things. But if there's something he's telling you to do, or he's telling you to share a testimony, or he's telling you to make a YouTube video, and, you just keep holding it off and holding it off, you're blocking your blessing. I have, in my own dealings, I have this thing where I have a need, I'm going to bring it back. I have a need for things to be perfect, for me to be obedient. And that is never the case. And he has always blessed me the most when I am obedient and faithful with a little, faithful with a lot. He's been asking me to do a YouTube video, and I have not done it, been sick, whatever, been dealing with other, things, just getting through life, getting distracted. Well, now I'm doing it, and I know that the Lord is going to usher in, and I receive a blessing for it, because, everybody's got this pain to purpose, and sometimes you have just got to get over yourself. As I have told get over yourself. It is not about me. It is about people's lives being saved. It is about people being delivered. It is about people getting healed. It is about so much more. And you see the things that are going on in the world today, and you are like, what is happening? And God is just asking you to step out and help him, help work with him. It's not up to you. It's not up to me who accepts Christ. It's not up to me who gets helped or who even watches this video. It is up to me to be obedient, and it is up to the Lord to finish the work, and he will finish what he started. And I'd really love this. If this has helped you in any way, please leave a comment, share, whatever. I am being very vulnerable. This is a vulnerable thing for me. And it would really bless me if I knew that it blessed someone else. So love you guys. And I hope that you can receive the Lord's love truly. That you can really open up your heart and receive his love, and receive his healing, and receive his peace, his shalom peace. All right. God bless you guys.